because it's an important topic. That was actually something I'm going to film in the what not to do video is running ads. We've had a couple clients do this, and I didn't know that they did until, they told me later on down the road. We figured out like why their channel was completely almost ruined. Like the revenue was completely ruined, and it's because they're running ads. I did this back in late 2017, 2018 on my personal channel, and that's how I kind of figured it out. Running ads on your channel actually really hurts your overall statistics, because what you're doing is this is playing into your analytics. So a lot of people are seeing your thumbnail, your video, but they're either not clicking, or when they click off right away. So and even for pre-roll ads too, like the 15-second skip button, the same thing there. So it happened to a few like big guys like Ty Lopez and like Jean Cristani. Those guys kind of ruined their personal channels as far as the algorithm goes, because they ran so many ads tied to their personal channel. Like when I run ads now, I run it from like a separate YouTube channel that I created with no videos on it. So that's why I would say definitely not. I know other people talk about it like, oh, run ads to your channel, get extra views. It's just, it's a surefire way to ruin the revenue. Because we had a couple clients that were, on their way to profitability, and then just like they're hitting like $20 days, and then it was down to like 5-cent days. And I was like, whoa, I've never seen that before. And I was like, did you run ads? And that was what they did.
Yeah, you pretty much confirmed it for me. I had a few people kind of approach me with offers when I've been kind of posting jobs around for different things, like thumbnail, stuff like that. Just people like, yeah, we can kind of increase your revenue and stuff. And obviously, it's too good to be true in most cases. But I just wanted to just double check, get your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it will increase your revenue for a little bit while the ads are running, because especially if you're like the ads are being run on top of your channel. So you'll notice like an increase in revenue for a little bit, but then once you stop, it just tanks. So
cool.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. We got a lot of people in here. Charles, Trent, David, Joey, Kyle, Michael, and Rick. So awesome. We'll kind of start it off. If anyone has any questions, you could either type Q in the chat or raise your hand, and then we could just kind of go down the list. Rick, was there anything else that you had questions on?
Not for now. Yeah, just gonna, like you said, just give it those 2 weeks and then go for it. Would you recommend posting more than 4 videos for the week, like kind of, or would you just kind of keep it at the same level?
Yeah, I mean, if you can do 5 for 2 weeks in a row with this type of content, I would do that. And then also maybe try not doing shorts for these 2 weeks.
Yeah, I did do that to try and, because I noticed a lot of the traction was heading towards the short side of things. So would you recommend in that case, because I know I was watching some other YouTubers, they kind of unlisted their shorts for a bit just to focus on the long form. Would you recommend doing that, or just leave them up anyway?
I'm not sure. I think I don't think it's going to hurt to leave the ones you have up, because I mean, you do have one that's like, is that viral one still getting a good amount of views? Or
yeah, it's still getting anywhere between kind of 20 to 50 views a day, so it's still going.
Yeah, I would just leave those. It's not going to hurt the channel. But going forward, maybe just kind of focus on the long form content for now, just so we could get more data on that specifically without interference from shorts.
Cool, I'll do that. Thank you.
Cool, awesome. Cool. David?
So, hi Ryan. So I have a question. So recently just onboarding 2 people there, one voiceover, one video editor, and recently that's about people management thing. So the voiceover people have another client. They have a different graphic design, like different kind of job in there. So it's they have too many things in there, but we have not even started yet. So it's like I'll have a lot of sleep, start sorting out this kind of stuff, but he still want to work. So something come out to my mind is I think the voice, the quality of the voice, of the skills, okay, is good. Just think about the responsibility and how fast they respond, and they be able to deliver the job. I'm thinking about is it okay to have a two voiceover person, like maybe 5 video, like one person do three, one person do two. Is that gonna be okay? Do you think gonna be make sense for one channel have two different kind of voice?
Yeah, I think that's fine as long as they're both male or both female. I wouldn't mix it up. Like I wouldn't do a female and a male on the channel. But
Okay, I have a male there, and I have another I have a couple interview, and another one is a female.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I was thinking about like is okay or not, and also if I have a two voiceover, does it hurt another one? Cause you take my job, I take your job. I don't know if they're gonna causing any conflict for how many jobs they're taking. I don't know if you have this kind of experience or not.
Yeah, like I had a voiceover fill in for another channel. They were both female, so it worked. But I never had two specifically assigned to one channel, so that would be new for me, or for you rather. I've never done that, but is that what you're asking? Like, would there be conflict between the two people because they want
since
to?
right now I just have a one channel. I don't have a multiple channel. I just started
Yeah.
up. Like maximum they got only 2 or 3 jobs. Maximum maybe if they split at work, the maximum they got 3, right? 3 voiceover.
Yeah.
So that's maybe 2 less job for me, and I'm not gonna do it. I don't know if they're gonna consider about it.
As long as you position it as a part-time position,
Okay.
Going into it, you just let them know, hey, this is part-time, you want to make some extra money, this opportunity is here, but I do need someone that's going to be able to deliver at least 3 voiceovers per week. Can you fit that into your schedule, or is that possible for you?
Okay.
That's what I would tell them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't see the problem. Like if they want extra money, like voiceovers don't take that long, so I think that would be a great addition for them, for someone who really wants it.
Yeah, I'm thinking like for long term, maybe have another channel. Like we can if they can do more voiceover later on, like the one person do another channel, one person do this channel. But right now, I don't know if I have 2 voice. One is a male's voice, one is female. Is it okay to start it up? I don't want to have the channel sounds weird, but I don't know. It's gonna be a good idea because I have another person is female on my list, but I hired onboarding the person who's male, and he just threw out this problem to me. It was like, okay, so
Yeah, I personally wouldn't mix the two, because it might be. What is your niche? Did you choose a niche yet?
Finance and stock.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like just having a consistent, like if it's just male, then at least if you have another male voiceover, it won't be too different. But if you have a female, it's going to be too different. Like you're going to get 2 different responses from the audience. For sure.
Okay.
And
I see.
And lean into whatever one you go, because sometimes the female voice actresses, those channels do better sometimes. So maybe because the voice is more soothing or something like that, but I wouldn't mix. Yeah, I wouldn't mix.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome, David. How far are you? You got the 70-minute video up and everything?
Yeah, I have the 7-minute video already. Right now I have I'll say like the first video already have a 3,000 some view, and have a 200 something subscriber in 5 days.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, not bad. It's in the progress. Looks like if in this progress within 1 month, I should hit the goal for monetize. But I need to get at least 10 video on list put in there.
Yeah, just to be safe. Just to be safe. Everyone in here too, I recommend having at least 7 to 10 videos uploaded before you press monetization, because just to be safe, we've been having some people getting that reused content kind of notification when they apply, and basically YouTube saying your channel can't be monetized because they only had like 3 or 4 videos on there, so yeah.
Okay.
Just
and does it matter if so right now I have my first video, right? So does it matter when I start my first consistent video? Like I mean, probably within 1 week. 1 week later, probably I have to start my listing. I don't know, for 10 video, probably another three week. I'm gonna have a 10 video in my backlog for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Right? Does it hurt like when I gonna start my second video? Or
no,
doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter, as long as like when you do decide to upload your videos consistently, just be consistent with them.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you just have a 70-minute video right now and you don't upload for 3 weeks until your first, until you have that backlog. That's fine.
Okay, and you have some like channel that are just waiting for different kind of niche, right? Just have it monetized just on the waiting list, and then whenever you have a new niche and just put in there, doesn't matter when you start a second video, right?
Yeah.
You're
I
okay,
like to
right?
have I like to have a backlog of like channels being monetized. Just in case I'm ready to start a new one, then at least I have that there. So and that's something for you to consider too, and everyone in here as well. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome, David. Cool. We got Charles said he's about to onboard a voice talent and video editor later today. The question is how much of the scripts need to be paraphrased or rewritten? It seems like some videos that I chose are difficult to paraphrase without rewriting the whole script. So I would say the first 2 minutes, or at least until the filler. So this is how the structure of the video goes. It goes intro, filler, which is, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe and make sure to hit the notification bell. Okay, let's jump back into the content. So intro, filler, then the bulk of the content, which is, anywhere from 5 to 7 minutes, and then an outro. The intro should be entirely rewritten, I would say, just to be safe, because if, for instance, the video owner that you're modeling their video sees yours and your script is like almost word for word in the intro, they're going to know right away. They're going to be like, hey, that's my script. And there is room for them to go ahead and submit a copyright strike. It's going to be hard for them, but they can get it through, because that's happened to me recently for scripts. So that's why I say scripts, make sure the intro is rewritten. The filler is obviously custom tailored to your channel. And then the bulk of the info from 2 minutes and 30 seconds on can be, paraphrased. Don't have it word for word. If there's 3 topics they're talking about, let's say they're talking about the top 3 stocks to invest in 2021, and the first one's Apple, next one's Facebook, and then Microsoft. Maybe switch them around, start Microsoft first, then Facebook, then Apple. And that's also how you can switch up the script as well. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it seems like that's the bulk of the work right now, is just getting the scripts rewritten so that we can submit the videos to the editors and the voiceover.
Yeah, having so on my team, some of the editors do the scripts, and then I also have some of the actors do the scripts, whoever's better at English.
Right.
I kind of just gauge that. And then lately I've been trying to onboard also script writers for $4 a script. So that's also maybe something you could, reach out, part-time work for people on online PH that have experience with English. Yeah.
I've actually had a couple voiceovers submit applications, and some of them, that's what they do also, is writing and editing.
Perfect.
Creative writing, things like that. So they might be able to do that as a separate service, I guess.
Yeah, just in addition, little extra money they can make. And I would say $4 is, that's pretty fair. reasonable. I know some people are paying like 7 to 10. I prefer to, I think $4 is fair. So yeah. Yeah, cool. Great question. Yeah. Did anyone else have any questions, concerns? I know there's been quite a few in the Facebook group. I've been getting to those, but yeah, Robert, did you have anything?
Basically my editor does the scripts for mine. I just paid her a little extra for that. I agreed to have her do it right away in the beginning when I first drafted up the contract for them,
Mm-hmm.
So that was just something they agreed to do. I don't know if I just got lucky or not, but yeah, she agreed to do them, and she actually does them for only $2 extra per script.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, that's pretty good.
She has her own YouTube channel as well. I mean, so she's familiar with a lot of YouTube rules and things like that. And so
that's great.
There's a lot that I didn't have to tell her because she already knew it, so that kind of helps too. If the person is familiar with YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah.
100%. Yeah. And those people, when you get those people on your team, that's like, those are the people that end up moving up in your organization because they just have more skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good to have someone like that on your team. I'm glad you found someone. And for everyone in here, I'm tomorrow hiring a new talent acquisition manager. The one last week wasn't quite skilled enough to do what I wanted her to. So tomorrow I'm hopping on a call with one, and she should be just by what my manager already, interviewed her, and apparently she's really good. She's already has experience with that. So she should be ready by Friday to get going. And then hopefully creating that spreadsheet that everyone could kind of have access to for editors, actors, and script writers too. So I'll have that in there. But yeah, so did anyone, let's see, I added a poll because I wanted to see if moving the coaching call would help anyone later, but I see that there's 5 votes that prefer this specific time. So it looks like this is the more preferred time for everyone. That's just what I'm getting from the poll. So I'll just keep it. Whatever the poll says, I'll just keep it, keep it the time that everyone wants. But yeah, anything else?
Hey, Ron, can I? Sorry, you go, Charles.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I was going to ask, like, some of the videos that I've been looking at, possibly replicating. There's some videos where they're newer. They're actually within the last couple weeks, and they already have like a couple 100,000 hit views.
Wow.
They seem to be. Is there sort of a projection, like if this video looks like it's going to hit pretty well in the long term over the next several months? Like, is it okay to choose something that new as a topic?
Yeah, I would definitely do half and half, like choose newer topics, trendier topics, and then also do, maybe the other half topics that have already garnered views and momentum, within the past year.
Right.
Yeah. What niche were you thinking about going into?
Mostly like finance, luxury. It's sort of like a combination. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just, you could send me a message just maybe with a few ideas that you had in mind, and then I'll take a look. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Cool. Awesome. Paul?
Yeah, sure. Ron, I just had a question. Obviously, I'm only a week and a half into this, but I have 2 channels now which are in the process of being monetized, which I've built, and I've got some interviews. I've had some interviews for voiceover guys and also some editors. I just wanted to get my head around the actual structure of when building out a video. who goes first? Like, is it the editor goes first and then actually starts pulling everything together, or is it the script writer, or what's exactly the structure there in terms of building out a video?
Yeah, so the video idea is first. So like my team will come up with a video idea. I have someone on my team do that. If you're doing that, great. Then what I have the editor usually is the one that pulls the script from the video and paraphrases. Then they send that off to the voice actor. Now, if your voice actor is going to be doing the paraphrasing and script writing, then your voice actor will go first. Once the voiceover is done, then that will be sent to the editor to make the whole video. So the script and voiceover has to be first.
Yep. So who so with the actual script writer, like they're not really rewriting a whole script, are they? They're just basically paraphrasing what's already out there and making it individual, correct?
Yeah, that's what I have them do. Just for the intro, I have them rewriting it, maybe creating a different story in the beginning. But as far as the bulk of the information, it's going to be just paraphrased into their own words.
Yeah. Okay. Now I've had some ads out for script writers, and a lot of them are like, that's way too cheap for us to write a script. And I think basically my ad probably sounds too much like they've got to completely write a script from scratch.
Right.
So I think I need to change my ad and make sure they understand it's not rewriting the whole script or creating a script from scratch. It's paraphrasing, an existing one. So
yeah, let me I'll reach out to my guy and see what exactly he says in our job listing, and then I'll get back to you because I think you asked that in the group, and I said I would get back to you with that.
Yeah, and the other, I've got a really good voiceover guy he said, look, I'm happy to do. He does a lot of voiceover work and does a lot of commercials and TV ads and that sort of stuff. He said, I will write scripts for smaller ads like that, but longer YouTube videos. He said, I usually stay away from writing scripts. He said, I'd rather just do the voiceover. But in saying that, I reckon if I went back to him and said, look, you're not actually writing the script, you're just paraphrasing an existing one, he might go, okay, cool, I'll pay me a couple of bucks extra and I'll do that. So
yeah, because it's not it's not too hard. Like I know for the recent talents that we onboarded onto the team, my manager, he basically, when he was interviewing them, he gave them a script and said, I want you to paraphrase it. I'll give you 10 minutes on the call. Do it right now. And I was like, wow, that's a good idea. Because then you could see really how good their English is. If they could paraphrase it right there in front of you, like just a small portion of it. So that's an idea too, for when you're interviewing. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident in the voiceover guy that he can paraphrase things pretty well. So, because his English is really good. Like he knows slang quite well as well as real English, So
yeah. Awesome.
Okay, cool. I think that's my only question at the moment. I think the next steps, I've just got to hurry up and hire some people, and then so I can get some videos into my channel.
Yep.
So then I can start using micro workers, because I've only got my 2 70-minute videos just sitting on there, which are slowly getting subs and watch hours at the moment. So
okay, good. Yeah, no, you're going pretty fast. So I would say, good progress.
I need to go faster. So.
Hey, doesn't hurt for sure.
Thank you. Appreciate your help too. I really do. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I actually had my entire team do a sample video before we even started uploading, or before they started making content for the actual channel. So I gave them like an example video. I had them rewrite the script. I had them do the voiceover. I had them do the whole thing. I paid them for it, but I had them do the whole thing in advance, and just so I knew what kind of quality they were going to give me. And then before we actually started uploading and making videos for the channel. So you could try that too, because that's what I had them do. And then once they sent me the video as a finished product, I would look it over and then give them any changes that I wanted made and say, hey, I want you to do it this way and not that way, etc., like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea too.
Was that video just a much smaller video, or was it a full length sort of video that you would normally do?
You could do either one. I had them do about 4 minutes of a script. So it was about like a half video basically, because I just wanted to see how they're going to put stuff together and work together as far as the chain of events, because I wanted them to know, okay, you need to get the script over to the voiceover guy and he needs to get it back to you, etc. So yeah, I just wanted to see how they were going to work together and then give me a finished product at the end.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Yeah, that's actually what I did at the beginning too. I totally forgot about that. My first couple channels, I would have them make a full video for me just to kind of do a test run. I'd pay them for it, and then if I really liked it, I'd just upload it. So yeah, that's a great idea as well.
Hey Ryan, would you go ahead? I'm sorry, this is Giovanni. Would you go ahead on that sample one when you first start? Would you pay them regular price, like the $20 or so for that video?
Yeah, I pay them, full price, like per usual, for that sample video. It's just like a test run. It's just like a first, like basically you tell them, hey, if this video meets my standards, great. If not, then I will ask for a lot of revisions, until we get it right. And then going forward, now they know kind of your expected quality that you're looking for and style that you're looking for.
And would you have them
thanks.
have already signed the contract with you, or you just get them to do this first, and if it's good, okay, cool, let's sign the contract and move forward?
Yeah, I have them sign the contract like prior to working with me entirely, just because, yeah, if I add them into Asana, to manage kind of the first project, I could always kick them out if they just don't meet my expectations. But always, I would say always have them sign a contractor agreement before they do work with you. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Cool. Was that it, Giovanni?
Yes, sir. I just I finally was able to get my post up, and I have interviews later on today. So I was just thinking of some questions, and of course that video idea would be good so I can see their work. I was kind of skeptical about that, just hiring somebody and not seeing their work.
Yeah, I mean, what you could do in like the pre-interview, kind of when they're applying for the job post, just have them submit like a 1-minute sample of something that you'd like them to recreate. Like I think my example in the program, or if not, I'll just let you know, like the first time that I was hiring, I did like a top 10 most expensive things Kylie Jenner owns video. I took like the most popular one on YouTube, and then I literally pulled the script from that for the first minute and a half, and I said, and I gave them the URL to that video as well, and I said, hey, just recreate the first minute of this video with all different images, clips, visuals, just to see if you can perform and like match this style.
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay, great. I wrote that down.
Yeah, and that'll be free, right? Then you get a free sample from them.
Great. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Awesome. Michael, how's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Good,
Thank
man.
you.
Are you?
I did actually. Pardon me?
Sorry, you can go. You can go.
No. I just I did have one small question. I don't know if you get to this point in the course, but obviously the voice actors, their first language isn't English. Most of them can speak it pretty well, and I've done business with people overseas before, and it's like they can communicate. They're conversational. My question is mostly accents. I haven't gotten to the point of hiring voice actors. I think I'm going to put up my listing tonight. But my question is, do they have to have, or do they generally have really good American or even Australian or British accents? Or is it generally, do they have an accent that you could tell English isn't really their first language?
Yeah, I mean, because they're from the Philippines, it's mostly you're going to be able to tell that they have an accent, but there is obviously ranges of how thick they are. I would say females have the best accents from the Philippines, like almost no accent. I don't know why. Men typically have the stronger Filipino accent, but sometimes you could find, those key voice actors, the men that have like perfect English, almost no accent. So it's really going to be just preference for you. It's not going to make a big deal on the channel.
That was the main question, is if it's not going to affect monetization. I really don't care what they sound like. Like that doesn't matter as long as it doesn't affect in your experience the quality of the output or whether or not it can perform on the channel.
Yeah, I would just say try to find someone with like the least accent, like something that you think is, wow, that's pretty good. It's not too noticeable. And again, females tend to have better English. So
cool, sounds good.
Yeah.
Can I just add to that, Ryan, if I can? Sorry.
Yeah.
I've done a few interviews with actors. I obviously haven't hired any yet, but what I've found with the good ones is they're really good with that intonation in their voice, so they can take it up and down. It's the ones which are really monotone. It doesn't really matter about the accent. It's when they're monotone that it can be a bit of an issue, is what I've found anyway in terms of interviews with them. So that's sort of what I've been looking for,
Right.
So
that's helpful.
I would agree with that too. My voice actor, when I had him submit a sample, he had a lot of character in his voice. He had a lot of inflection in his voice, and he read stuff with like excitement. So he's not putting the viewer to sleep.
Emotion.
Watch the video, they sound like a monotone robot. Then that's not good. So yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that too, 100%. Inflection. The how they sound, like the pitch. Can they bring it up and down? That too, for sure.
Fair enough. No, yeah, that's one of the things I wasn't worried about it. I think worry is too strong of a word, but I had that question of whether or not the accent makes a big difference and whatnot. So
yeah,
thank you
for sure. Cool, awesome. Glad to have you in here. Cool, awesome. We don't have any other questions in the chat. No one's hand raised. Trent, how's the update with everything?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. It's going good. I mean, I got the 2 channels going. Okay. One of them, before was monetized, but it was kind of done differently, but I've got videos going. And the second one I've ran about, I think like 6 videos. So I'm getting anywhere from like, last couple of days has been better, but I'm getting like 150 to 300 views.
Okay.
Roughly. So it's kind of on target after 6 videos.
Yeah.
And then even the last couple have done pretty good. I've gotten like, I think the one I posted, yesterday already has almost 300 views, and it just keeps climbing. So everything just seems like it's on target.
Nice. Yeah.
My other editor though that I had is kind of like, he's being a little weird. So, which is pretty typical. That's why I was glad I actually hired 2. So anyone out there, it's because, I'm new as well. I would suggest getting as many guys until you can kind of fit in, because you're still paying them the same roughly, and then eventually pick it out, because they drop like flies. I'm sure Ryan knows this, doing it a lot longer, until you find that one that's more dedicated. Because I've noticed on my better channel, this guy's more dedicated. He's like into it, and the other one's just kind of, it is what it is. But beyond that, everything else is going pretty good. I mean, the only questions I really have, since that's all going well, is I was thinking about, I'm going to create a 3rd channel and a 4th one just to have in my backlot. And I was thinking about doing like the niche is kind of like stock market news and technology. And I saw your cheat sheet of some of the videos. How do you get, because that content is a lot different than what I'm doing. So how do I get my editor when I do hire them? Because I'm not really familiar compared to the other niche where they have like the person, or it's like Donald Trump, or like copyright rules for that. Because those videos just seem like they're not from Pixels and other copyright forms that are a little bit different. So I didn't know how how you do those channels.
Yeah. So with that type of content, like images work really well. Obviously it's going to be a lot safer panning in and out. If you do have the video, have them have some caption over it when they're talking, and then kind of like pan into the person. Like if it's, Elon Musk or something talking, don't have his voice playing, but rather have the actor be talking about what Elon Musk is saying, and then like pan into him. And then, so any copyrighted clips, make sure they're 10 seconds or less, and then resize them, make them different sizes, pan in and out, and maybe add some text over it. Tell the editor to add some text over it too.
Okay, so I just didn't know, since it was like actual people compared to those other sites which are copyrighted video, since it's like, so if they have like, if I did like a you and it was less than 10 seconds, right? But it was panned in, is that not copyright? And you're not, you know what I'm saying? Let's say like, hey, the top 10 YouTubers, let's just pretend, and Ryan's there, but you're not really talking. Like, where you can draw the line so I can at least, train my editor, even though that guy's pretty good, just to kind of stay away from, because I'm imagining those are the type of photos and images you have to do if I'm doing like top 10, phones for stock, or top 10 stocks. You're obviously gonna have to use, Apple and things like that, or people, right?
Right. And I have a channel that does that, that models one of those stock tech channels. I just try to have them not play the voice of the person. Like, because you'll notice in some of those videos on like Cascades Academy, for instance, he'll play the speech like of, Kathy Wood or Elon Musk talking. And I'm like, that's really, you're on the fine line there,
No, I agree, because my other editor actually made a video for me on my other channel, and it had like some YouTubers that I know in the niche. And I was like, I don't want people talking that are in there. And the guy was trying to explain to me that it's not copyright, but I told him take it out anyways. But when I see these stock ones, I'm like, dude, this is like Elon Musk talking.
Yeah.
So according to him, he's like, it's not. But I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of new at this copyright thing. Usually I make my own videos. So I didn't know where the line draws, where the line is drawn.
Yeah, to mitigate that, it's like 10 seconds or less, music behind it, caption on the screen, resize, pan in and out. And that's pretty much it. That's like all you can do. But, okay.
Just looking into that type of channel just to have a different one, because I already have two and kind of a similar niche. So I kind of, when my next two, I just want to kind of do something different, so I could just reach different, layers. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, and it's a hot niche right now, especially with how everything's going tech. I know Charles mentioned, metaverse, stuff like that, like crypto. I mean, Jesus, there's so much.
Robinhood is just nonstop. It's like the whole stock market's coming to us versus other people kind of using us. So I was like, that'd be kind of a cool channel to do, because I know the CPM's really high in that as well. So I was like, I might as well branch out instead of keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, CPMs are going to be the highest in the stock market finance channels. And that's and and how I verified that first was from Graham Stephan's channel, and kind of like how much he was making per day, like 8,000 to 10,000 per day. I'm like, wow, okay. And then when I started a channel, I saw, the CPMs are like above 30. So.
Okay. Okay. So like when you have RPM, that's another just random question, and then like playback base CPM, what is the number that we really want to be? Which number do we care more about, or do we care about both of them?
I just go based off CPM, which is the cost per mil. So cost per 1,000 views.
Yeah.
Or how much the advertiser pays per 1,000 impressions for that keyword, right?
And is that the playback based one, right? Playback based CPM. Okay.
Yeah. So that's like CPM is based off the advertiser's cost. RPM is based off of the creator's revenue off that specific whatever keywords or whatever their channel's about. So I just go off the advertiser's cost, because that's really what you get paid from YouTube. Yeah,
I got you. So what's the RPM then? Like, even though it's kind of lower,
RPM is usually, it's sometimes like almost half, right? Because that's
pretty much what it is. It's half on mine. Just curiosity, because my CPM now is like 16.75, 17 on one, and then the RPM is like 9. So I didn't know if it mattered. If it doesn't matter, I was like, whatever.
I wouldn't even look at it. RPM is basically the creator's perspective, like how after YouTube gets paid, right? Like, what are you getting paid per 1,000?
So so it's a 55% basically is what that is.
Yeah, it's not super accurate. It's not. I don't even look at it. I don't like calculating my revenue based.
Yeah, that's fine. Like CPM, I mean, generally, where would you like to be, like on some of the other channels that you've seen that are making, 5,000-10,000 or whatever, since you've seen more? Like, what's your kind of goal?
Well, for your niche, MMO, that's going to be anywhere from 15 to, right now, Q4 is upwards of, $30. So personal finance is going to be a little higher. It's going to be 25 to 35. Obviously a little bit harder to tap into, but lots of new topics there. So
okay, so the channel's kind of just it's on target then. That's all I was wondering. So that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then luxury is closer to the 15 average, but obviously kind of a broader, and lots of new topics there, right? Luxury watches, luxury homes. There's a lot of key, luxury cars. There's a lot of markets there, luxury shoes that can be, niche down into.
And I guess another question too, like on a channel, do you kind of want to just really target one keyword really strong and then have different topics? Or is it better to do it for like maybe 3-4, and then the next 3-4, it could be another strong keyword in your niche? Or just target one and just kind of hope everything else that YouTube algorithm just says, oh, you're in this one, we'll put you here and here, because you're really down, going after it. So, I didn't know if you've noticed anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, you could try half and half, like obviously the big one for you is like make money online, but it's hard to rank, top 10 for that keyword. So like earn PayPal money in 2021 is going to be, a lot easier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just didn't know if you target one, eventually YouTube's going to be like, oh, the MMO is just like passive income, or it's like residual, or if they kind of catch on eventually, I don't know. And then just
I see what you're saying.
Like if I'm just targeting such a high one, eventually, even if I don't make that one, they'd be like, oh, we'll just kind of branch you off. Or is it just like I'm competing here?
Yeah, it's like you're competing there, because remember, the strategy is to rank for search with the micro workers, and then YouTube will suggest your videos once your video gets momentum from search, from people searching, watching.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So like when I do put that one keyword and I put different keywords, obviously I'm ranking for other things besides that one.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying, like in the title, not just the tags. Like the title, I'll just have the MMO pretty strong. But like in the tags, I'll be ranking for other stuff that is like, I don't know, make money online from home, even though that's not on my title.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. And YouTube will promote you in that direction. Like what you're saying.
That's what I figured. I was just wondering if it was just good to just really target the big one and then let them all branch out, or because I didn't know if YouTube gets confused of like, oh, are you passive income, or you teach people how to grow YouTube, even though it's all make money online? If it gets confused, or if that's just a good thing to do. I guess that was my real, I didn't know if
okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, if you can rank for the biggest one via search and with the micro workers, then yes, like go for the biggest. But if not, then go for something in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. And same for the other niches too. Luxury top 10 most expensive things in the world is going to be a lot harder to rank for than like, top 10 most expensive Rolex watches, which is very specific. So yeah, I would say try to rank for whatever you can, try to go big. And if nothing's working, then, you could send 30 more micro workers for the next keyword that you're ranking for.
Yeah. And just a side note too, I know, was it last week that I was talking about the micro workers? So apparently my account was glitched, and it wasn't actually a good thing. So if anyone watched the other video, just in case they watched this one, it wasn't a great thing, because it was some weird glitch with V code or something. I don't know. I was like, I don't even have V code. And the workers weren't coming in as fast. And then now that they fixed it, luckily I didn't do it on this other channel. I was doing out the other channel, and it was actually growing a lot slower, even though that one's monetized. I mean, it's slowly catching back up, but it kind of killed it a little bit, killed the momentum just slightly. It's not a big deal. But if that does happen to you, I would suggest messaging them and getting it fixed first thing. Because remember, I wasn't even paying, even though I was getting workers. Because I couldn't even rate them. So if anyone does come across that, it seems like it's a good thing. But with these micro workers, I also did notice a big difference between like doing 30 or 40. Like 40 seems like a pretty nice sweet spot.
Okay. Yeah. 40 is good. I usually do 50. So yeah.
On a new channel, would that be okay to do 50?
Yeah, I would put the speed pretty low though. I'd put it at like the speed at under 100, something under 100.
Well, another question about the speed. I've tested the speed differently. They still come in fast.
I know, still coming fast.
Like
so.
I was playing around with it like on my other one that was like my face channel, which I have more subs. Like, yeah, let me just mess around. And I had it at like, I think it was like 500 or something. And I had the other one at 100 and I literally had them go inside. They came in the same pace. So I was like, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. Speed matters more than like making sure I'm not sending 90 at once because they're all going to be coming really fast.
Yeah, on a small channel, I wouldn't send more than 50, but
you would suggest like 50 would be okay because I've noticed that, you know, obviously the more you send, the more momentum they seem to be getting for sure.
Yeah, I don't think 50 would hurt. Yeah.
And how long do you keep sending micro workers? Like, are you just keep doing it till the channel just forever?
Yeah, I just keep doing it until, you know, I have videos that are consistently ranking number 1 to 5, you know, in my top 10 past videos uploaded. You know,
so you would just make that part of like the cost of the channel. Then you just never stop. That's what I was asking.
I mean, I do stop like on some of my big ones. I don't do micro workers anymore. Occasionally I do them. Like if I've been having amazing videos and I have one that's ranking like number 10 and it's getting half the amount of views, then I'm like, what the heck? So yeah, I'll micro worker it. But that's like on my biggest channels. My smaller ones, yeah, I still micro worker and I factor that into the cost.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's good to know. I didn't know if there was like a certain limit where you saw some channels doing great and then I did send micro workers and then the videos go down. Yeah, I guess that was the question.
Oh, like
that's fine. If that's part of the cost, that's fine. I just wanted to, you know, because my channel obviously is very new.
It's how to get ahead, you know, because there's competition. So it's just like, if the competition isn't doing it, then you're going to just outrank them every single time. You know, enough. It's almost like cheating. So it's might as well utilize it, you know.
And I guess, well, I don't know. I noticed, well, it's only 10 cents anyways, but the screenshot, I've noticed everyone does it anyways, but I don't know if anyone's tried doing it without one. But I know you recommend doing the screenshot just to kind of get people to do it.
So what I do now is I don't require the screenshot, but I still in the something as proof, I put screenshot as proof, but I don't pay.
Yes.
And they
that's exactly what I guess that was my question. Because like I noticed, like, you remember I was telling you like last week, obviously, even though you can do it, they were subscribing anyways. Like a lot of these people just kind of do things with just doing it. And I was like, man, if they don't do the 10 cents, man, I can get like an extra 15, 20 workers and get even more ahead and just keep going. But
yeah, so that's something to implement. I'm going to come back to you. Let's get David. What was your question, David?
Yeah, just a quick question. Can you hear me? Yep.
Yeah.
So talk about the backup channel. Do you use the same email or you create a new email and the new email create a new channel?
Yeah, new email for the new channel.
Yep. Okay. Every channel the same. Every channel have a new email.
Yeah, just to be safe, you know, because if one channel for some reason gets a strike or something, at least it's what you'll notice is when you get multiple copyright strikes, which won't happen to you, but I've had it happen to where I had to, you know, fight them and appeal. It's said in the fine print that every channel under this account will be shut down. And that's kind of how I learned to just have a different email for each channel. And also, if you're looking to sell the channels too, you know, then you could just hand over the email and password, you know, collect your payment and you're good to go. You know.
I see. Gotcha. And one more thing to clarify for rephrasing the script. So basically just a top part, right? So I see the suggestion they have a Java. I kind of download Java, tried out myself, rephrasing the things. It take me for a while to rephrase everything, just to highlight the thing, rephrase, highlight the thing, rephrase. I kind of think about like rephrasing. After I finish one, and it's kind of like a totally brand new script already, you know. But I think take a lot of time. I don't know, is really they're gonna be helpful? Is just be safe to doing that, or just do the top part as long as doesn't the top beginning part, the intro, the hook part doesn't seem like complete exactly the same, or is we need to do like entire channel rephrase? Like, what do you suggest?
I mean, is for the intro, it has to be changed, you know, just because that's like the most noticeable, especially, you know, just to be safe. And then the middle, yeah, just paraphrase, you know, just paraphrase a little bit, have your editor or actor just kind of go through there, change up some words, move some sentences around.
That's it, right? So I'll change the order, number 1 to number 10, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, if you are going to keep the same script for the bulk of the information, change up the order, you know, and that would help. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But for the intro, make it entirely different, just to be safe. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. And then I think Charles said, who should I submit a request at Microworkers to get instant approval? Trent, how it's in support, right? I'm pretty sure from what I remember, it was in the support tab.
Yeah. You're gonna want to go to support tab and then just say, I want to get, you know, put title, how can I get auto approved? And then just kind of explain your situation. And what they'll do is they'll kind of reply back to what you need to do. I mean, my situation, it was like, everyone's different because I've heard some get away, but I'm one of those people just want to go. And they're like, if you have $200 and you've done a couple campaigns with their title, like they have a structure they like, which is, because usually when they're approving your campaign, they're fixing your structure for you. That's why it's not auto approved. So they'll tell you how to fix your structure. And then once you do that for like 2 or 3 campaigns and I had money in my account, they gave me auto approval really fast. So just ask them what they need. So that's what I did personally. They actually took my auto approval away because I had the glitch.
Oh.
So I told them, yeah, I got it back. And I was like, oh man, can you get it? Because I already had launched my channel. I was like, no, this is bad timing. And I was like, so a little trick too that I did for people that don't have auto approval, which what I do is I post on Microworkers and send it. And then once that got approved, I listed my video.
So that's interesting.
That's a little trick. That's a little trick you do until you get auto approved. That way, you know, because if you haven't used Microworkers, they really want you to have a bunch of campaigns, success. Obviously, Ryan doesn't have this problem because he's been using it for a while, or anyone that's been using it. But until you can get it, I just would approve it. And then once I'd send the campaign. And then once it got approved, I just listed my video. So technically it was auto approved until they gave it to me. So that could be a trick for now.
Yeah. And I've, you know, and it took you like what, 4 tries. So Charles, might take you a few tries to just ask what they need, how they want you to do the campaigns to get auto approved, and they'll kind of give you a template.
It took me about 4 tries too.
Sorry, we'll let Charles, what were you going to say?
I was going to ask, is it better to be preemptive and, you know, submit it? Because I don't have the videos ready yet to, you know, to upload, but I'm trying to set the account up, you know, so that.
Yeah, I would just try to get it as soon as possible, even if you aren't running campaigns yet. But I don't know if they're going to want you to run a few campaigns first, because that's how it was for me. I had to spend like a couple $100 for them to approve it. So what you could do is run a couple campaigns to your 70-minute video just to get it auto approval. And that's something that you could do as well.
Like how many workers? 50, 30?
I mean, do the minimum. If it's just your 70-minute video, just to get auto approval, do 30, which is the minimum you can do.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And then Robert, you're going to say something too?
I was just saying about the auto approval. Yeah, it took me about 4 tries to get it. They basically, like you were saying, it was, they were changing things on my listing that I didn't know they were changing. So, and And as a result of that, they wouldn't auto approve me because of that. So they didn't tell me until I had to keep sending in support tickets and saying, hey, can I get auto approved? And then they would finally tell me, oh no, we had to adjust this. Oh no, we had to adjust that. And then so they let me know. And so now I have it down exactly how they want it, because that's the key, is that you have to have basically spent some money with them. And then also you have to have the format of your submittal to be exactly how they want it. And the one thing that I did not know until it took me 4 tries was that on that little screen where you're making a listing and it asks on there, it says this task takes less than blank minutes to finish. So that's auto set up by microworkers to say like 3 minutes or something like that. If you're gonna have them watch your video, you have to change that so that it's long enough so that they can actually watch your entire video. Yeah, that blank right there where your mouse is.
So where do you, how long were you putting?
So they were changing it to 10 minutes because my videos are around 8 or 9 minutes. But what I would do is I would just make it 11 or 12 just to make it like a safe amount of time. I had to make sure it was enough time for the micro worker to actually watch the whole video and then rate it. Because I was leaving it at 3 and then they had to keep changing it. And so they wouldn't approve me because they were saying, oh, it wasn't enough time for them to do the work.
Okay. Okay. So that was really what was the issue, is the that. Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully that helps, Charles. We'll just reach out to them, try to get that done with. And then Rick said, just to clarify, is that 50 micro workers for the initial campaign and then another batch of 30 for the keywords you rank for? No, Rick, I would just do like what I do for my channels. I just do 50 and that's it for the keywords that I'm already ranking for. I just do one campaign. But if you're going to like do the triple stacking method, because you're not quite ranking for keywords yet, you do 30, then 30, and then you could do an additional 30 if need be. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I would say to you guys as well is I recommend doing the TTV campaigns rather than the basic campaigns in micro workers. The only reason is I like to track the time it's taking them to complete the task, because if you're just getting started with micro workers, what you don't know is some of the guys on there will take advantage of your campaign. So, for example, they will go on, they'll leave a comment, they won't even watch the video, they maybe watch maybe 30 seconds. So you kind of have to force them to be like, listen, if your task time duration is less than a certain amount, then I'm not going to credit you for that task. And I've basically forced like a lot of people to basically go back and do the campaign again, so they watch the full video, because obviously with YouTube, as you know, retention is key. So if they're not watching a good length of your video, or you notice that they're only watching like you do a basic campaign and they're only watching 2 minutes of an 8-minute video, then it's going to kind of hurt your video in the long run. So that's just my suggestion for you guys: run TTV campaigns.
Yeah, I think that's powerful too. Just to make sure you're getting your money's worth. Let me go on, trying to go on a random video here. Let me just go on one of my videos so I could show you what I mean. Like someone else found a different, even more thorough way of checking. It's called Stats for Nerds. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Okay, so let's click on, I don't know, we'll just click on one of my videos. I'll share my screen in a second. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, so what they'll do is Philip's doing this. So basically what he does is he right clicks on the video and he goes Stats for Nerds, and he actually sees the number of frames they watched, because he was doing it the way you were doing it, Rick, and which is a great way, but he even found people were abusing that too. So what he would do is he let the video play and you could see the frames, how many frames they watched is going up on this Stats for Nerds. You see that?
Yeah.
And then he'll go to like the Stats for Nerds calculator on Google, and he'll like say you have to watch X number of frames because that equals 8 minutes or something. You know, you get what I'm saying? This is like next level. But also something that if you, I've never done it. So he just showed me this the other day. So if you want to take it to that level too, you could do that.
Yeah, I recommend it because the longer that they watch the video, the more impressions you tend to get. So it's
Say it again.
Sorry, I think someone is not on.
No, you fine.
No,
No.
1 sec. Who has their?
No, you good, man.
I'm gonna mute everyone right now. Is that better, Rick?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, just to clarify, you're just sending 50 micro workers, but yeah, I think I might send a mixture of just try the triple stack for a little bit, see how that goes as well, experiment.
Okay. Yeah, just yeah, it's worth it to just try it out. Cool. Was there any other questions anyone had?
Ryan, did I hear just then you saying in order to get or to help get auto approval with micro workers, and you don't have any other videos other than your 70-minute video, to do a basic campaign to your 7-minute video, just to basically get auto approval, and I'm sure it's going to benefit your getting monetized anyway in your channel, right?
Yeah, you could do that. You could just send a basic campaign, or even better yet, if you want to do more trackable campaigns like Ricardo was talking about, where you could see how long each worker spent on the actual campaign, then you'll do a TTV campaign. Like in the program, I show basic campaigns because that's personally just what I've used. But TTV campaigns are a little bit more advanced, and you have to get auto approval for that specifically. Because I noticed on my account, I'm approved for basic, but when I tried TTV, I was not approved for auto approval.
Yeah, so, and that doesn't affect the channel anyway, because I don't have any other videos other than the 70-minute video on the channel at this stage.
No. I mean, if anything, it'll give you a little more engagement, you know, on your channel. I know it's on the 70-minute video, but at least it looks even more natural, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So you could do that. Yep. Cool. Awesome. Any other questions?
I had a question on community posts.
Yep.
So I was thinking about doing some of those on the channel, and I was just wondering, like, what are some good ideas to put up for a community post? Would it just be like polls where you ask a question and have people answer? Like, what's a good idea for community posts? I know you said something about giveaways too, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to someone that has a good structure for their community post.
Okay.
Let me show you real quick. Sorry, I don't know if it's you, Robert, but there's like something in the background. Okay, let me share screen. Oh, is it sharing my desktop right now?
No.
Okay, let's see. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, so this is it's obviously a make money online YouTuber, so this is a little bit different, but I like the structure of his community posts, and I use them for all my channels in obviously all different niches. So what he does is he'll link the video, his most recent video right here, and then he'll do like a little poll as well, like which method do you prefer to earn money, you know, and he'll do like a little poll, or like
okay.
You know what I mean, which device are you using, mobile phone, you know. So I like this, always have the link to your most recent video and do a poll, and you'll notice you'll get the most engagement on these types of community posts.
Okay.
So this is just like an example of someone you can model their community posts.
And so they were saying in the group that that people can see your community posts if they have engaged in your channel. So basically anybody who's watched the video of yours, but they're not necessarily a subscriber.
Yep.
Okay.
If they've even ever clicked on one of your videos and for a second, they might see your community post in their news feed. And let me see, because I remember, because I was looking at a few of like your guys' channels, and I'm not subscribed, but I was seeing like a community post in my home feed.
Okay.
So
because I was thinking of an idea. I don't know if this would work or not, but I was thinking of an idea of combining like the YouTube promotion, the Google ads, like running an ad to a video for a short amount of time to get a bunch of impressions and views, and then running community posts to see if those people will see your community posts in the future. The people who saw one of your videos, you know, through the Google ad.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea. It seems like a good idea, but I just running ads to a video on your channel is just, I don't recommend that at all.
Okay.
I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that at the beginning. Were you here?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So yeah, running ads to your channel just totally obliterates your revenue. I figured this out when I ran ads on my personal channel back in like 2017, 2018. I noticed that it hurt all my analytics because I was getting so many views, but my view duration for my overall channel, like my audience retention, was like going down to like 20 seconds.
Okay.
And then my revenue started tanking, especially when I stopped running the ads. Like my revenue was non-existent. So, and there's a couple other YouTubers like Ty Lopez, that happened to him because he was, you know, bought up all the ad space on YouTube. And then John Cristani, he's a big affiliate marketer. He was doing the same, and that ruined his channel as well. And that's kind of, I actually learned that from John. He said to never run ads from your personal channel, and it happened to me too. So that's why I never run ads to any of my channels. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, it seems like a great idea, right? Like you get a million impressions on one of your videos, and then now they all see your giveaway community post or something like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, but cool. Yeah, was that pretty much it for everyone? Okay. Cool. We're going to, yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and end it here. If you have any questions, you know, feel free to ask in the Facebook group. I'm there every day. I try to get there to answer questions every 24 hours. So yeah, great call. I'll upload this into Teachable so you can rewatch it if you need to, and you know, have a great week.
Thanks, Ron.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yep. Bye.